Welcome to the Gentle Yoga class. This class is based on a Hatha class. It can be done sitting or standing. Part of the class will also be on the floor, but majority can be done sitting or standing entirely, or both. It is recommended that you have a firm chair that is placed on a non-skid surface such as a yoga mat, a cushion or pillow, a strap, and a yoga block. All items should be within reach of the chair or mat. You may also choose to have additional props that you already know how to use. We'll begin the class by finding a comfortable seat at the front of the chair, cushion under hips to tilt the pelvis slightly forward, knees below the hips, feet firmly planted on the floor, closing the eyes, taking a few moments here to notice your breathing, relaxing into the seated posture, feeling grounded and steady in your seat. We'll open the class with 3 ohms together. Inhaling deeply. Tune in, notice how you feel, notice the breath. Feel stable and steady in your seated posture. Begin by bringing palms together in front of the chest in prayer. Splitting the palms, extending the arms out. We will be doing 3 arm circles, arms out, around, up, and overhead. Palms meet, bringing them down through center. 2 more times. You may also just have the palms meet together in front of the face or at shoulder height. Again, bringing down through center. 1 more time. Up, around, overhead, and down through center. Relaxing the hands, lowering right ear to right shoulder. Perhaps lifting the right hand, placing it gently on top of the head, weight of the hand only without pulling, stretching the neck. And relax the arm down, head to center, ear to left shoulder, left hand on top of the head, and stretch, release. Gently making movements that are comfortable for you in your neck, rolling the head from side to side, chin to chest, extending the neck, looking up, being gentle, taking time in the places that feel like they need extra attention, moving at your own pace, a few more times around. Slowly bringing yourself back to center. Turning the head to the right, maybe using the right hand to help the head turn a little bit further, stretching the side of the neck. And releasing down, turning to face the left. Left hand, stretching the neck, and release. Resting here for a moment, noticing the breath. We'll be preparing to do a child's pose and some other poses. You can remain seated or you can stand and come down to the floor. For the seated child's pose, coming towards the front of the chair, cushion under the hips, palms on the knees or elbows or forearms to the knees, bending forward, head relaxing down and supported forward bend. If you'd like to come down to the floor for child's pose, gently making your way down into a tabletop position. Spreading the knees, heels and toes are close together, sitting the hips back over the heels, forehead to the floor or to a block if the forehead does not come to the floor, and relaxing here, continuing to breathe deeply, feeling the stretch in the low back. To come up, gently press yourself up to kneeling position, removing the block. In the chair, coming back up to an upright seated position. We'll be doing cat-cow stretches. Again, you can remain seated or remaining in tabletop. Arching the spine to look up, curving the spine, looking down. Arching the spine to look up, cow. Curving the spine to look down in cat. We're returning to a neutral spine. You may remain seated in the chair, or if you're on the floor, you can sit in the chair or come up to stand. We'll do a few more shoulder stretches. Bringing the fingertips to the shoulders. Opening and closing, rotating the arms and the shoulders with the fingertips staying on the shoulders. Stretching the muscles along the back and the front, the shoulder girdle. Loosening it up. Getting some of that synovial fluid flowing through. As you relax further, releasing the hands down and then bringing the arms extended out at a height that is comfortable for you. We'll be doing small arm circles in both directions. Relaxing the arms. Doing a gentle twist here. Back and forth, left to right. If you're standing, you may also bend the knees or lift the heel of the opposite foot as you twist away. You slowly coming back into center. Finding your strap or belt or scarf. Placing it behind the back. Taking hold with both hands on opposite sides of the hips, stretching away from you, pulling down the back. You can also do this seated in the chair with the hands on the back of the chair, or if you have the flexibility, you can clasp the fingers behind you. Gently pulling down as you lift the chest, looking up, and then maybe lifting the arms away from the body as you continue to pull against the strap. Opening across the chest and stretching the neck and shoulders. Releasing the posture. Letting go of the strap, gently rolling or folding the strap or belt and placing it to the side where you can reach it later on. Shoulder stretch, arm across the body, reaching for the shoulder, the upper arm or the forearm. Keeping that shoulder down, and then switch, palm to shoulder, upper arm, elbow or forearm, stretching across the body, and relax. Hugging the upper body and the shoulders, pulling the scapula, the shoulder blades away from one another, switching sides. And now stacking the forearms, allowing them to be at chest height or resting on the abdomen, and twist gently from side to side, loosening up the mid-back, the thoracic spine, the upper back. Releasing the arms. You can remain standing, or if you're like to sit, you can sit or stay seated if you're already seated to do these side bend movements. We'll be doing several movements, starting with the palms in front of the chest, bending to the right, looking up, and then bend slightly to the left, looking up. You're stretching, lifting the rib cage here. You can keep the palms together in front of the chest or lift the arms up overhead, continuing to move side to side, gently looking up at the side that is lifting. Variations include stacking the forearms, having the arms extended, having the hands clasped overhead, or just raising one arm at a time as you lift it up and look up side to side. Moving like that blade of grass in the wind, flexible and fluid. Releasing the arms down. We'll be preparing now for sun salutation. This is a standing series. It is a gentle standing series. Having a chair nearby on the mat or non-skid surface that you can reach the back of the chair or the edge of the seat. Having a yoga block nearby. We'll begin by facing the chair at the end of the mat. Feet are hip width apart. Palms come together in prayer in front of the chest. You may leave the hands there or extend the arms up and alongside the ears or at shoulder height and do a little back bend from just between the shoulder blades, looking up. Gently standing back up and then bending forward. The knees are slightly bent, placing the hands on the chair, or coming down further, placing the hands on the mat or the block for support. In this forward bend, the knees are slightly bent, feeling the hamstrings stretching, maybe the low back is releasing. Bending the knees further, placing the palms on the floor or on the edge of the chair, helping yourself down into the tabletop position. We'll be doing cat-cow, arching looking up for cow and spine curves down for cat. Arch for cow, down for cat. Returning the spine to neutral, helping yourself back up 1 foot at a time, supported with the chair or the block under the hands into the forward bend. And then slowly begin rolling up the spine 1 vertebra at a time. As you come up to stand, hands in prayer and release. We'll be doing 3 more rounds. Bring the palms together in front of the chest. Looking up for the back bend, coming forward, down through center, palms on chair or mat. Coming down gently into tabletop position for cat and cow, moving at your own pace. You could even just stay in tabletop without movement. If you are moving, coming back into a neutral spine, and again, gently helping yourself back into the forward bend. Feet are hip width distance apart as you roll up the spine gently into standing, palms together in front of the chest. Extending arms up, coming down through center, bending forward, bend down to the floor, bending the knees, helping yourself down into the tabletop position, forward and back with the spine and the cat-cow movement, or just staying in neutral. Returning to the neutral spine, placing hands on the chair or the block, helping yourself back up to stand in the forward bend, knees slightly bent. As you begin to roll the spine up, coming to stand, palms together in front of chest. Final round, extending the arms up or palms stay in front of the chest as we do a slight back bend, bending the knees into the forward bend, placing palms to block or mat or chair, then slowly coming down to the tabletop position. You can circle the hips here or continue to do the cat-cow motion or stay in the neutral spine. Slowly returning to neutral, supporting yourself on the way up to the forward bend. Knees are slightly bent. As you inhale and roll up, palms together in front of chest, and relax. Moving any props aside, we'll be coming down to the floor to lie on our backs in the relaxation pose. Feet are hip width distance apart, hips are relaxed, and arms are away from the body. You may also place a bolster or pillow underneath the knees or a pillow underneath the back of the head if you would be more comfortable in that way here. Taking a few deep breaths and noticing how you feel. Removing any props, slowly bending the knees, bringing the feet flat to the floor, closer to the buttocks. Bending the left knee in towards the chest, reaching behind the left thigh with the hands, or hugging in through the top of the calf with the hands. You also use the strap or belt or scarf to assist you in reaching behind the left thigh or on top of the left leg as the knee is bent, pulling the knee in towards the chest. Deep breath, releasing the strap, bringing the left ankle over the right knee as you press the left hand into the inner thigh or just above the knee, opening the hip, continuing to breathe deeply, not forcing or straining, just relaxing into the stretch. Releasing the leg, bringing the left foot gently back down to the floor, readjusting, lifting, bending the right knee and leg into the chest. Again, taking hold behind the thigh, on top of the leg, or using the strap behind the thigh or on top of the leg to help you bend and pull the knee in towards the chest. Again, not forcing or straining. This is a very gentle movement to open the hip. As you release the knee, placing the strap onto the ground, right ankle over left knee, pushing the right leg open, using the palm against the thigh, and gently releasing, bringing the right foot back down to the floor when you're ready. Deep breaths here. Reaching for your block or cushion, gently bringing the heels a little closer to the hips, lifting the buttocks slightly to place the block or the cushion under the sacrum and the hips, activating the thighs and the low abdomen and the glutes, lifting the hips away from the block or cushion. Repeating this motion and holding longer each time for a few rounds here. Final time, holding and then releasing the hips down as you remove the block or cushion from beneath the hips and set it aside. Relaxing here, extending the legs back out for relaxation. Carefully coming up to sit. We'll be preparing for an inversion. You can either do legs up the wall or legs on top of a chair or other piece of furniture. For legs up the wall, bring a cushion to the wall, bring the right or left hip as close to the wall as possible, and then gently rotate yourself downward so the back is flat on the floor, the legs are up the wall, and the hips are resting on the cushion. Staying here if that is your choice, or if you're putting your legs up on top of a piece of furniture, placing the cushion either on the floor or on the chair, bringing the hips near the chair, placing the back down on the floor gently, and then elevating the legs so that they're resting on the chair or couch, and staying here for a few minutes. Neither inversion is better than any other inversion. They're both giving the same benefits. Inversions help to give our body a break from the downward motion of gravity. The lymphatic and cardiovascular system are able to more easily return fluids back towards the center of the body. This is the same benefit that you get from doing a headstand or a shoulder stand, but without the tension or pressure in the upper body and the neck. So continuing to breathe deeply here, feeling gentle, smooth relaxation of this restorative posture. We're only here for a few moments, but you can do this pose by itself for up to 10 minutes a day to receive maximum benefit from the posture. Continuing to breathe deeply. Slowly to come out, bending the knees, bringing the feet down, rolling onto one side and relaxing for a moment before preparing to come up to a seated posture. You can remain seated on the floor, or if you prefer to go back up to the chair, sitting on the front edge of the chair. In either case, we'll be preparing to do forward bend. Preparing for the forward bend, placing a cushion under the hips to rock the pelvis forward. Bending the knees slightly, extending the heels out in front of you. Sliding the hands down the legs, relaxing into the forward bend, however you might feel comfortable. If you'd like to do a little bit more effort with this, you can also use the strap against the bottom of the feet and pull yourself down towards the feet. If you're sitting on the floor and it would be more comfortable to have a cushion under the knees, may use another cushion under the knees for support. Sliding the palms down the legs or towards the floor, maybe reaching for the ankles. If you would like even more of a restorative posture, placing a cushion across the thighs and relaxing the abdomen down onto the cushion and just letting the back naturally release. In the more active position, you are receiving a little bit more of a stretch to the spine and the hamstrings, the upper back. Just pausing here for several moments, feeling a natural movement of the breath. To gently come back up, walking the hands up to an upright seated position, removing any props that may be across the lap, setting a strap aside, doing a seated twist of your choice, perhaps just moving the left hand to the right knee and twisting to the right. And then releasing and bringing the right hand to the left knee and twisting to the left. Just gentle movements here. We'll prepare to close the postures with one gentle bend forward, but with the hands behind the back, either holding onto the edge of the chair or the cushion, maybe using the strap, or connecting the hands together behind you. Closing the eyes, coming forward, just allowing the head to hang or rest on the block, or maybe it even comes all the way down to the mat or below the knees. Preparing to come back up, lifting the head, gently, slowly taking your time to come back to a seated posture, keeping the eyes closed for just a few more moments, releasing the hands to the knees, taking a few deep breaths here, noticing how you're feeling. Practicing our deep breathing just for a few minutes at the end as we bring our awareness inside to see how our body is feeling, noticing any differences from the beginning of the class to now, and being grateful for all the things that you have done for yourself in this practice. We'll close the class now together with one Om, exhaling completely and inhaling. Om.